This story tells us that the most precious treasure is time. There was once a young 15-year-old boy named David. He was not a bad man, but he had one great fault. He wasted time. He would wake up late, stretch on his cot, and watch the sun climb higher. He would sit and dream, but never do. He would promise to help his father in the field, but then find a reason to rest under a tree. He would say, "There is always tomorrow. I have plenty of time." "David," the father said, "you are no longer a boy, but you live like one. Go and find the wise woman who lives beyond the forest. She is old as the hills. Ask her what is the most precious thing in this world. Maybe she can teach you what I have failed to teach." David did not want to go, but he loved his father, so the next morning he set out. He walked through the forest and came to a small hut. An old woman sat outside, spinning cotton on a wooden wheel. Her hands were slow, but her eyes were bright. He bowed and said, "Grandmother, my father sent me. He said I should ask you, what is the most precious thing in this world? Is it gold? Is it land? Is it good health?" The old woman did not stop spinning. She looked at him and said, "Sit down, child. I will answer your question, but first you must do something for me." She pointed to a large clay pot nearby. "That pot is empty. I need water from the well to cook my evening meal. The well is at the edge of the forest. Will you fetch it for me?" He picked up the pot and walked toward the forest. But the path was longer than he thought. The sun was hot. He saw a large banyan tree with cool shade and thought, "I will rest here for a moment." He sat down and closed his eyes. The breeze was soft. He fell asleep. When he woke, the sun was low in the sky. He jumped up, grabbed the pot, and ran to the well. He filled the pot quickly and hurried back. But the path was dark now. He stumbled. The pot fell and broke. The water soaked into the dry ground and disappeared. He came back to the hut with empty hands and a broken pot. He hung his head in shame. "Grandmother," he said, "I failed you. I slept under a tree. I was careless. The pot is broken. The water is gone. Forgive me." The old woman looked at him. She did not scold him. She asked softly, "Child, how long did you sleep under that tree?" David thought, "Maybe an hour, 2 hours, I don't know." "An hour," she repeated, "and in that hour the sun moved across the sky. The water in the well waited. The pot waited. I waited, but the hour that passed, did it wait?" He shook his head slowly. "No, grandmother. Time does not wait." "No," she said. "Time never waits. It does not stop for kings or beggars, for young or old. It flows like a river, always forward, never back." The old woman smiled. "This cup is like your day. Every morning you wake up and your cup is full. It is full of time, a whole day. A treasure more precious than gold, because gold can be saved, but time cannot." She pointed to the broken pot lying on the ground. That pot was like the hours you wasted under the tree. The water you spilled was like the time you lost. It soaked into the ground. It is gone forever. No power on earth can bring it back. David looked at the broken pot. His eyes grew wet. The old woman continued, her voice gentle but firm. "You asked what is most precious. I will tell you. It is not gold. It is not land. It is not even health, though health is a great gift. The most precious thing in this world is this very moment, right now, this breath, because once it passes, you will never get it back." She held up her cup. "Every moment you spend in anger is a moment of peace you will never have. Every moment you spend in laziness is a moment of work you cannot do later. Later does not exist. There is only now. When you are with your Father, be with Him fully. That moment is your life. When you work, work with your whole heart. That moment is your life. When you rest, rest without guilt. That moment is your life. Do not save your kindness for later. Do not save your dreams for someday, because someday never comes. There is only today." David sat in silence for a long time. The stars began to appear in the sky. He looked at the old woman and said, "Grandmother, today I came to find a treasure, and I found it." He stood up and bowed deeply. "I will go home now. I will not waste my time." He walked back through the forest under the starlight. When he reached his home, his father was sitting outside, waiting. David sat beside him and said, "Father, I understand now. The most precious thing in the world is not something you can hold in your hand. It is something you hold in your life. It is time." And from that day forward, David lived differently. Not because he had more time, but because he finally understood that the time he had was enough. The lesson is that time is the one treasure that cannot be earned back, saved, or borrowed. Each day is a gift. Spend it not on what is easy, but on what is meaningful. For in the end, we do not remember the days, but the moments. And those moments are all we truly have.